Good morning, Falcons. Happy Monday and welcome back to our YouTube advisory. Our morning message is just, how are you today? So be thinking about that. A few reminders. So we had some shout outs come in from Miss Brecca. She wants to give a shout out to all students who were checking in with her last week about their learning, who were asking about getting their materials. And also she wanted to give a specific shout out to Jarrett and Genesis for really keeping up on practicing their math on Alex last week. So from Miss Brecca to you, nice job, way to have a productive start. A few other reminders before we get into our sharing and our activity. So we have grab and go available here at school. Grab and go food from 9 a.m. until noon today. We also have some hygiene items, so shampoo, toothpaste, things like that, and Chromebooks are available here for you to check out. Just a reminder too that you can go to the closest school to you within the district, so you don't have to come to LaVenture to be able to do the grab and go food. No student ID is required, so please come get food if you need it. One other quick reminder, just to be, as much as you're able to, get in a routine, students, of checking your school email. Check out your Google Classroom. If you're on Remind, please check Remind, just to make sure you're staying connected to your teachers and to staff. We also really want to emphasize that as you're seeing work and ideas for assignments come from your teachers, that's not required, but it's an opportunity for you to stay engaged and to learn. We know that you might have just a lot going on outside of school right now, so just know that what you're seeing is not for a grade, but it's a learning opportunity, and we hope that you'll take advantage of it as you're able to. And just a reminder too that all your teachers, they miss you, they love you, all the staff is wanting to connect with you, so feel free to use all those platforms as a way to connect. Okay, our greeting this morning is a choice greeting. So if you're with someone, give them an elbow bump, maybe a wave. You can do a foot tap, or we'd encourage you to use your online tools, your electronic tools, to maybe call someone, text someone, email someone, send them a message on Remind, just to say hi. So for me, my goal today will be to do that for a couple people on the LaVenture staff who I haven't been able to connect with since last week, and then also to an auntie of mine who lives in Colorado. So I'll be calling her when I'm done with work today. Okay, our sharing. 2 questions to consider for our sharing today. One, just how are you? How are you doing? Please comment below or talk to someone that you're with about it. And then also, what we typically ask on Monday is, what are you looking forward to this week? So even though it's a difficult time and things might not feel regular, what's something that you're looking forward to? I know Mr. Riddle shared with me earlier this morning that he is actually looking forward to being able to sleep in a little bit more than regular, and that's my guess that for some of you too, maybe you're getting to sleep in just a little bit later than when we're on typical LaVenture time. Okay, our group activity, as you hopefully remember, on Mondays in advisory, we have a student bulletin. So check your school email for the student bulletin. It's there, and families, we will also send that to you via Remind. I'll post a link as well in the comments below. So check out the student bulletin. There's a letter from Mr. Riddle and I. And then also some great reminders about community resources. Our book fair is still happening online. Miss Ermi wants to make sure that you know that. And there's some resources there about just making sure you have access to internet, staying connected to some mental health resources. So make sure you read the bulletin. A team is working to get that out in Spanish as well. So if you're preferring to read in Spanish, just know that the bulletin is coming in Spanish a little bit later this morning. Okay, our next activity is about recognizing our emotions. So what we want you to be thinking about this morning is, what is an emotion that you're feeling? So take a moment, really be thinking about it, just pause and try to see if you can actually name that emotion. It's not critical always to have an exact name for it, but it can be really helpful for us to learn to describe how we're feeling. So if you're feeling worry, anxiety, fear, just know that those are normal for the situation, right, that we find ourselves in our world right now. And it also can help to explain and to remember that fear, right, is a really normal emotion. So if you're feeling afraid right now, just know that you're not alone, and there are a lot of things that we can do to keep ourselves safe. So remembering to wash our hands frequently, to keep an appropriate distance between people to stay healthy. And so even if you don't fully understand what's happening, right, in your community, in your world, if you are aware of how the situation is unfolding, if you're accessing resources, if you're asking for help, it will help maybe that fear or that worry not feel big. And also it can help us in the long run just really grow our skills to deal with anxiety and managing strong emotions in the future. So we really encourage you, share with us, share with your family how you're doing. You're not alone. We are here for you. You can comment below. You can message us. If you want to have a conversation with a teacher you trust, reach out on email, reach out on Remind. We're here for you. We miss you. And we will be back for online advisory tomorrow. Last thing, if you came to pick up food on site last week, you may have seen a little bit of a challenge from some of our staff members to do a kind thing. So we are wanting to recognize you for doing that. So reach out to Mr. Parker. You can email him at pparker@mvsd320.org to share how that's been going for you. And he will respond and let you know who our winner is. Okay, take care, Falcons. We miss you, and we'll be back tomorrow. See you later.